wrap pizza. But please help me in welcoming our speaker this evening, Sergeant First Class Cory Bussart. SFC Bussart is 32 years old and from Houston, Texas. He is the station commander for the Huntsville Recruiting Station. He joined the Army in August of 2005 as a network switching systems operator / maintainer and currently serves as an Army recruiter. SFC Bussart has been stationed at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas, Fort Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska, Fort Riley in Junction City, Kansas, Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Klein Recruiting Station in Spring, Texas, and Huntsville Recruiting Station in Huntsville, Texas. He has 2 deployments, 2008 to 2009 forward operating base in Kandahar, Afghanistan, and 2012 forward operating base in Sharana, Afghanistan. Awards he has received include 1 Bronze Star Service Medal, 6 Army Accommodation Medals, 5 Army Achieve Medals, 1 Materials Unit Citation, 1 Afghanistan Campaign Medal, 3 Combat Stars, and 1 NATO Medal. SFC Bussart is a graduate of Basic Leaders Course, Advanced Leaders Course, Senior Leaders Course, Signal Digital Masters Gunner Course, and the Army Recruiting Course to include Station Commander Course. He is currently attending Columbia Southern University pursuing his degree in Business Administration with a concentration in Project Management. He has been married for 7 years to Ariel Bussart and has 2 children, Hayden 5 years old and Alexis 3 years old. Please help me in welcoming Sergeant First Class Cory Bussart.
Hey, thank y'all for letting me be here today. Do I have to stay in a certain parameter?
No, you're fine.
I just walk?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, thank you for letting me come again. Like I said, it was a mouthful. Basically says I did my job for 13 years in the Army. All right. I got Sergeant Laurel with me. He's a recruiter. You'll probably see him here on campus. He's the Assistant Station Commander at Huntsville Recruiting Station. He's been there for almost 3 years now? Yep. Almost 3 years. I've been there for about 1.5 years. So yeah, we're going to do PowerPoint, right? A lot of this is going to be a lot of good information. We're not going to go over everything, like line by line. How many of y'all hate seeing PowerPoints and like dude sits up there and reads it all day long, right? Nobody likes it, right? It's a lot of slides, it's a lot of information. And like I was telling Haley today, I really appreciate her having me do this one because honestly, Sergeant Laura and I were sitting there and we're like, man, there's a lot of benefits about the Army that I still didn't even know about. And it sounds crazy, but you could go get lost into a website with a bunch of information. So we'll...
Oh, I may have not switched it on the sidebar. Sorry.
The what?
Failure on Haley's part. Sorry about that.
So I was an IT guy first in the Army. All right, so why did I join the Army? I went to Belen Junior College in Brenham, Texas. I was supposed to go play sports. Wound up having a wreck. I was on a baseball scholarship there. 2 screws in an ankle. They don't really like that for baseball. The Army was cool with it though, so I was like, hey, let's go ahead and try it. Right? So went, joined, didn't plan on doing a career. 13 years later, here I am still in the Army. But a lot of people, you know, the thing about the Army is they think they live in this little prison, right? That's what I thought. It's not. It's a 9-to-5 job. I have a life. And that's kind of what I was going to show you. So here's some of the people that I've had the opportunity of meeting. Just local people too. So obviously Charles Barkley, that was at the Final Four championship game. Jake Owens, I was at Charlotte Motor Speedway at a NASCAR event. JJ Watt at the World Series. Craig Biggio at the World Series. And then Clay Walker was opening day of this season. I was really happy. I'm a huge Astros fan. Any other Astros fans in here? All right, so I'm from Houston, so I was like, yeah. All right, events I've gone to. I went to the World Series. I got to hold the flag. They said, hey man, hold the flag for 5 minutes. So let's see the World Series for free. Game, I'll be there. Same thing, opening day. Like right there, that was kind of fun. Right? The Final Four national championship game, holding the American flag. Thought that was fun. One of my favorite things about this picture, you can't see it. This guy right here, Sergeant Burns, he was like, man, are we going to be on TV? I was like, yeah. He's like, so instead of holding the flag like this, he's like this. Like making sure his mama can see him on TV, right? He was really proud about that day. All right. A lot of things you can do in the Army. We get to go on like free trips. right? A lot of people don't think of the Army about going on free trips. So the top left one, I was in Kansas. They said, hey, I need you to go on this detail for 4 days. Like, Sergeant Major, I really don't want to do it. He's like, dude, it's hunting. So I had to call my wife, hey, honey, I got to work this weekend. She's like, why? I was like, I got to go deer hunting, or I got to go pheasant hunting. Fishing trips in Georgia, duck hunting trips in Louisiana, and the top right, any baseball fans in here? Does anybody know who Josh Beckett is? So that's what Josh Beckett right there. I was at his personal ranch this past weekend. Got to go hunting out there for 3 days. So and I put these pictures on here to let people know, like, we do have a life, right? It's not just like Army and shooting guns and running around deploying and stuff like that. And real quick, if you have questions during this, just stop me and say, hey. And then right here, I do have a personal life. All right, top left picture, I play softball for the Army. This team is out of Fort Knox, Kentucky. I flew down to Georgia, or Florida to go play in the World Softball Tournament for Fort Knox. Top right picture, the American Legion over here. I entered into a barbecue cooking contest out there. Been competitively cooking for 4 years. And then obviously my wife and kids, right? We have those, we have a very normal life. He's got 3 and a wife.
Yeah.
3 and a wife, right? Don't ask the names. I got 4 guys that work for me, and all of them got kids. It's hard to keep up with all them names, but they expect me to, right? So I got a little binder with all their names on it, their birthdays. All right, so Ruben, Army benefits, okay? The pay. The pay is really good, okay? How many of y'all think we get paid really bad money? Besides our OTC people in there, because they kind of know. I mean, like, honestly, okay, sorry. The pay is actually really, really good. Not to brag, not to boast. Starting at looks really ugly, right? We'll get to that next slide. I got 13 years and I made $100,000 last year. But people say we're poor, right? We have a lot of benefits, though. That's the thing. So right here, active duty versus reserve. Active duty, yeah. $1,500 don't look like nothing, does it? But $1,500 pays, you don't have to pay housing, you don't have to pay water, electric, food, insurance, nothing. It's all paid for. So what do you got to pay with that money? Wi-Fi? Cell phone? Cable? Your car note. Right? So, I mean, then it starts looking like a decent paycheck. And trust me, I had guys that are like, I'm not buying any civilian clothes. We call them civilian clothes. I know y'all call them clothes. We call them civilian clothes, all right? And this is my monkey suit, right? All right, so if you don't want to go buy clothes, you bring what you have. That's $1,500 a month. You know you're gonna. How many of y'all ever been in a situation like, damn, the refrigerator is empty, and I got some ramen at the house, and I really don't want some ramen, right? We've all been there. Good thing is, on that, you can go to the DFAC the next day and get a really nice omelets and pancakes. You'll be good to go. And that's E1. That's just.
I was going to ask, what does E1 and E2
So
mean?
E1 is basic joining. Okay. E2, let's say you join, right? He's like, I'm not doing. Don't point me out right now. So he joins the Army, right? And he knows him, and he's like, yo, I want you to join the Army. He referred somebody, so now he gets E2. Just the next pay grade. Okay. E3, you're going to have some college credits. E4, you have a degree. Okay? And then O1 is if you have a degree and you come into my office or you're a senior in college and you want to join, you can come as an officer. That's a lot of money. $3,100 just because you have your degree? Doesn't mean you know anything. It just means that you have a piece of paper that says you graduated from school. Alright? So, and active duties are full time, right? Monday through Friday, this and third. Army Reserve is going to be weekends. 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of summer. Okay, so that's why the pay is so much less, because you're really not doing a whole lot. I mean, like I said, it's $200 for a weekend of work. Really not that bad. Like I said, a lot of information we're going to cover. BAH, Basic Allowance for Housing. Do I have anybody married in here? Okay, so anyways. If you join the Army and you make rank of E5, E6, sergeant, staff sergeant, or you're an officer, you get to move off base. You don't have to live in the barracks. And we'll show you barracks here in a minute. They'll pay you money for your housing. So for me, at my current rank, I live in Huntsville, I get paid $1,600 and $1,624 a month for housing.
So what's the whole penny thing?
The what?
Like, it's like you can get a house with it, like, off of penny, it's not the same.
If I can get a house for a penny, please let me know where I can get it. Because like I haven't found that program yet.
I can't think of what I can do.
Okay.
You probably mean, you can use your BAH to pay for your mortgage.
Yeah, so I mean, like this is for a mortgage, right? You use this for anything. I rent. I don't buy a house, right? We'll buy one. Later on with the property, we don't. So, like I said, so Sergeant Laura bought a house in Conroe. He's getting paid that much money every month, and he's paying his mortgage. So essentially, the Army's paying his housing note. You know, when he moves, he can sell it, do whatever, right? But now, if your rent's only, okay, you two, you know, y'all, I hope y'all know each other. If not, y'all know each other really quick. By the end of this, all right? So they're buddies. They live off post. They want to live together, right? They each need to put $500 in. They get to pocket the rest of the money. That's your money to do it. Whatever you want to do with it. Just make sure you pay your rent.
Just clarify, we're talking about this is in addition to.
Yeah, this is in
Your
addition
salary.
to your salary. So when I say pay, we're going over everything you're going to get paid additional on top of your paycheck. Basic allowance for substance. All right, so this is, again, an additional thing. If you live off post, you have a family and stuff like that, they're going to pay enlisted, which is me, the guys with the stripes, the officers, those are fancy ones that do all the paperwork. They're going to give me $369 a month to pay for food. That's just free money for food. But a lot of people, now if you live in the barracks and all that stuff, you don't get $369 a month. You get a meal card. You get on. I mean, y'all probably know about meal cards around here. Y'all probably eat better than we do. Now we have good food, so we get that every month. So like I said, you know, it's $1,500, and you start adding all that stuff in there. Clothing allowance. I have $475 a year. I get it mine in September. You get yours in.
Actually, I just got it last month.
Yes, he just got some extra money. He buying dinner tonight, right? Anyway, so what that is that's for us to pay for clothing, right? So I mean, these are expensive. Like that uniform right there, $37 a top, $37 a bottom, about $120 for a pair of boots. So they give us that money right there to rebuy that stuff. But here's how you do it: you get 4 at the beginning, you only wear 2. So you get your next money, you buy 2 and swap them out. So you don't have to buy 4 at one time. But again, it's additional money. So, since we don't have any married people in here, let's say you were married and you had to go to training, right? Or you deploy or something like that. Because they had to separate me from my family couldn't go, they're going to pay me $250 extra a month. So like when I was deployed, I get that additional money. Went to training, I get that additional money. If we go to the field and we're going for training for 30 days, even though like I didn't leave, it was just over in the field, they'll pay me the $250 a month. Cost of living allowance. If you live in crazy places like Alaska, Hawaii, California, those hot New York City, you live in those high cost areas, it will pay you more money. Because a gallon of milk up there costs $8. A gallon of milk here is like what, $3? So like when I was living in Alaska, they paid me an additional $500 a month to pay for that stuff. Because like, hey, look, I know you didn't choose to live in Alaska, but we decided you're going to live there, so we're going to help you out with that. Oh, one other rumor. As a recruiter, I don't get paid any additional money for anybody who joins the Army. Alright, has anybody heard that rumor before? Because the high school kids, their parents think that is like gospel. Alright? So like, how much money are you making on this kid? And I'm like, look, if I got paid more money per kid, I'd be hustling a whole lot harder. Trust me. Alright, so some of the additional pays. Like when we deploy, go to, I don't pay taxes. We don't have to pay taxes on it while we're over there, right? This is kind of nice when you come to file your taxes and you got to pay like $3. Like you made $3 that year because the way it fell. Hazardous duty pay, actually like $150 a month if you're in a hazardous area. If you're like Afghanistan and stuff like that, hostile fire pay like $250, imminent danger pay another $250, flight pay is another $450 a month. Special duty pay, so I'm a recruiter because I don't live on base, get an extra $400 a month. So think about it, right? I mean, that's a ton of money. So when you start taking, like I said, my base pay, you know, they said $1,500. My base pay is $4,187. Then you start adding $1,600 for housing, $369 for food, $300 or $400 for special duty pay. I mean, it starts adding up pretty quick. And my wife enjoys it because she gets to sit at home and spend all my money. So, education. How many of y'all in here have student loans? Shame on every one of y'all. We'll get there in a minute. Shame on you, right? All right, tuition assistance, right? $4,500 a year annually. That can't go over $250 a semester hour, right? So if I wanted to go to Harvard, I can go to Harvard, but they're only going to pay $250 a semester hour. I think Sam's around that for Army. They got some little special thing where they'll drop grade sports and all stuff like that. But $250 a semester hour. So it's not a ton of schooling. It caps us out at 16 college credits a year. I mean, I go to school full time, work full time, and all that stuff. So it's very easy. Actually, every person in my office is going to school. He's trying to be a pilot. I'm going for business. One of my guys is going to be a gaming warden. One guy is like welding and stuff. Everybody's got something. But yeah, so $4,500 annually. Student loan repayment plan. If you decide to join the Army, right? Active duty, and you got another one, $65,000 they'll pay in student loans. Who said that? Alright, so how this works, let's say you join the Army for 3 years, right? Now, I'm not saying run to my office right now because there's student loan repayment. It depends on when it's there, you gotta be really smart, stuff like that, right? But if you had $65,000 in student loans, they'll pay 33.33% of that for if you did a 3-year contract. And they'll pay off those student loans. You just gotta do 3 years at a time. A lot of money getting paid off. Right? If you join the reserves, what do we figure it was? $50,000. So $50,000 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the summer, 3-4 years later, all your student loan debt's paid off. I know my wife's student loans, she's got a year left on them. Well, she doesn't, her mom does. I don't have to deal with that, thank God. I probably would have been like, no, we'll get those paid off first and then we'll talk. Alright, so student loan repayment is a big one for us, right? CONAP. CONAP for those people, see, like, y'all already enrolled in SAM, so like, this is more for the high school kids, but maybe y'all got some little brothers and sisters that may want this. They can come into a school, or they come into my office, say, hey, I want to join the Army. Alright, cool, hey, but I really want to go to Sam Houston when I get done. I can get them enrolled in SAM before they even go, and the reason why is because SAM says, hey, look, I know how that whole Army money works thing, so you're good to go, we got you. Once they get out of training, they call Sam, they get enrolled, Sam starts getting their money. So they'll let them enroll before they even sign their contract, they'll be enrolled, or before they leave for basic training, they'll be enrolled in SAM and everything. Healthcare and insurance. Who here is paying their own healthcare and insurance? Sucks, doesn't it? About what, $250 a month? Ish, and they don't cover nothing. I get a broken toenail and they're like $200. When I found out how healthcare worked, I was shocked. I found out why my mom never took me to the hospital when I was a kid. Right? Like, you go down there and they're like, oh, you got sniffles? $75, please. And I go home, send you home with some Tylenol and you're done, right? No. Childcare Prime, our insurance is free. My kids are free. Yo, my kid gets his sniffles, he's going to the hospital to make sure he's getting a full blood workup and everything. We're going to make sure that kid's not sick. Right? Same deal with my wife. And like cost of kids. God, I saw the medical bill about how much it costs to have a kid. That is insane. Thank God I had both of mine in the military and I didn't pay a dime for it. Right? And it's really nice. I mean, surgeries, anything that we want, like eye prescriptions, dental, it's covered. I called the doctor and I'm like, hey man, look, my foot hurts. I get somebody looked at it. I need a specialist. They're going to write it all off and get it for us. Right, so that's a good thing about it. Free medical. So if you're in the reserves, oh yeah.
For that last slide, only your own family or like your parents?
No, your family.
Okay.
Your immediate family. Now, they can. Okay, so one of the guys in our office, his mom is considered his dependent. Okay? Some extra paperwork and stuff like that, so now the Army covers her medically. If you're in the reserves, so again, we're talking about 1 week a month, 2 weeks out of summer. If it's only you, it's $46 a month for insurance. That's not really that bad. A lot better than $250 a month. You know. So now we go back to, so we are looking at that, right? So you're making $200 a month. You're paying $46. Now you got health insurance. But, and like I said, that's at the base bottom. So 201. And let's say you have a family, $211 or $221. So I mean, you're paying $21 out of pocket for insurance. So you got to look at it different ways. Like, what are you doing it for? Some people want to join the Army to student loan repayment. Some people want to join the reserves because they want the medical benefits, right? So I mean, you could join just because, like, yo, I need the medical, and trust me, we're cool with it. Right? I don't care what you join for. Yeah.
So what's your typical day consist of?
We're going to get there. I got 56 slides that we're going to cruise through. All right, so now we're talking about dental, right? So our dental is 100% free, okay, for the service member, okay? Look at her, she's like, yo, I got like 2 cavities, we just make an appointment, get it clean, we out the door. Get the nitrogen and everything, right? So, if I'm just married, my wife's would be $11.39. What's up? She's like,
So like, what is the like test that you have to take?
as bad.
Okay, so how long does that last?
2 years.
Okay.
She's like, all right, cool. All right, so if it's just my wife or your other significant other, right? Because you got to be politically correct these days. The significant other, $11. So if I have 2 kids, so it costs me $29.62 for dental care. That is crazy, right? My kid had like 2 cavities, right? He's 5. I think it was like $72 to get all those cavities taken care of. Yeah. Saving money. Trust me, I'm cheap. Because one day, because I didn't know how the whole, for like years, they got to pay a partial, and it goes by rank and all that stuff, right? And I know this sounds really bad, but I was like, yo, dude, like, they're my baby teeth, right? How much longer did the jokers fall? He's like 2 years. I was like, all right, get them fixed. So it was like the next day or something, the jokers been wiggly, we'd have taken them out. We'd have been good to go. Life insurance. Anybody here pay for life insurance yet? All right, costs a lot of money. I paid $20 for $400,000 life insurance policy. It's good. And then, so we always say $500,000, right? Because there's what they call a $100,000 death gratuity. So then you get, like, our spouses will get $100,000 to pay for a funeral. Like, yo, that better be a cool funeral for $100,000. Like, I better have like a platinum box.
Cremation.
Huh?
Cremation.
There you go, cremation. Right? So about 7 cents per $1,000 worth of coverage. There you go. You were asking for life in the Army? I always talk about the days off work. Every once in a while, how many days we get off work, right? We earn 2.5 days of vacation per month. So it's 30 days annually. Alright? Nothing feels better than taking off work for an entire month and getting 2 paychecks. Y'all get probably, 14 days?
It depends on your service.
Okay.
You start out at 8 days a month.
8 days.
I mean, 8 hours a month. 8 hours.
I was like,
sorry.
8 days a month? Yo, I'm about to like come over here and fly the sand.
8 hours. Sorry.
8 hours a month. That's a day a month, so we get 2.5 days. And then, can y'all roll anything over?
To a point, depending on your
You're right.
service.
So we can roll 60 days over. I have 65 days of leave right now. Like if I wanted to take 2 months off, they'd never let me, but if I wanted to, I could figure out. But here's the cool thing, right? So if you roll over those 60 days, let's say I'm supposed to get out of the Army in 2 months. I'm like, yo, I got 2 months with leave. I get out of the Army 2 months earlier. So now I'm sitting at home trying to get my life figured out, and I'm still getting 4 more paychecks. Now, when I go to like re-enlist and stuff like that, I can sell that back. So I wanted to go to a cruise in Mexico, right? I was like, damn, how am I gonna pay for this thing? I was like, I'll re-enlist. I'll get a bonus. I'll sell 30 days of vacation and I'll pay cash for my cruise. So I called my wife and I was like, hey, I'm gonna re-enlist. She's like, how many years? I was like, I don't know, 6. She's like, or how are we gonna celebrate? I was like, we're gonna go to Mexico. She's like, I'm game. Book the trip that evening. Right? It's kind of nice. 4-day passes, all right? I take a lot of these. I try to take more, but they won't let us. But essentially, if you want to go to his house, right? He's not working. You're gonna go hang out with him, play some Xbox or whatever, right? You want Friday and Monday off. Put this little piece of paper in. You send it to your boss. Yo, going to a wedding, right? And if he signs off on it, then you get 4 days off. Like, it doesn't cost you any of your vacation time. It's just, I actually had unlimited on there, because it is unlimited, but they're probably not gonna let you take a lot. Paid sick days. If you wake up in the morning, you get the sniffles, you talk to the doctor, he says, look, don't go to work today, you don't go to work. You still get paid. Y'all get sick days? How many?
8 hours a month.
8 hours a month, I get unlimited. Oh, we're not gonna touch, she's recording, we're not gonna talk about that one. Alright, emergency leave, okay? I've used this a bunch of times, right? So, my mother passed away 2 years ago. I get a phone call, hey, your mother passed away. Alright, cool. Well, not cool, but I'm heading home, right? So I tell my boss, hey man, my mom died, I need to go home, this and third. 10 days of free vacation, or leave, to go home, deal with my mom, the funeral, and all that stuff. 10 days. And guess what, if I came back a week later and like somebody else had died, I'd have gone for another 10 days. So that's unlimited amount, and I mean, I hate to say it, as long as your relatives keep dying. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't have to be death. Like, my grandfather had a heart attack. So I had to go home for 10 days. Males, paternity, if you have a kid, you get 10 days off. For every kid that you have, not just once. For the females, you get 12 weeks off. Paid. 12 weeks paid. Alright, so like I said, roll over 60 days a year and you can sell your leave. Yo, if I had 12 weeks off, I wouldn't come back. Federal holidays, right? So you get 4 days for every federal holiday, right? Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff, right? There's 10 federal holidays. So that's 40 days that I'm going to be off this year just because the federal government shut down. Then the unit and Army holidays. Like this one, Big Red One. They're going to have some Big Red One birthday thing. He was 4 days off. He was down in Hawaii. They probably got some Hawaii things they give you some time off for. So if you think about it, right? So you get 30 days a year. I went to the wedding a couple times, right? And then like I had a kid, got sick, my 40 days over here. That's a lot of time off work and you still get paid. So here's your typical day of work. Get up in the morning, you're going to do some PT from 6:30 to 7:30, physical training. Then from 7:30 to 9 or 9:30, depends on which unit you're in. We debated about this yesterday. Breakfast and personal time. Work from 9 to 11:30. You get off from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. For personal time at lunch. Work from 1 to 5. And then 5 to 6:30 next morning, you're off. I think about it, you're not really working. What do you got? Like 2.5 hours in the morning. So you're working 6.5 hours a day. It's really not a ton of time. And if y'all don't know what PT is, PT do push-ups, runs. It depends on what it is. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do we ever run? I used to say the miles, and everybody's like, 4 to 5 miles. It's. I know it sounds crazy. Who's making that crazy sound? 4 to 5 miles really ain't that bad. I know it sounds crazy, right? So I went to basic training. They're like, hey, I need you to run a mile. I was like, yo, I'll give you a lap. How about that? I'm not going to give you a mile? No. I'll play baseball. Like, I can run from home to first, second, maybe like I got a triple for you, but like, so 4 to 5 miles really isn't that bad. I mean, what's the longest you've done?
Well, I've done a marathon.
Okay, so no, I haven't been there. 10's my max. Right, and believe it or not, like once you start like learning how to run and stuff like that, you kind of just zone out and you'll run. He runs every morning. Like out there in the morning when it's cold, he's out running. Crazy. So this is what we consider our barracks, right? So I mean, this is all just single soldier housing, right? 2 rooms, you share a bathroom, you share a stove, share a laundry room, share that. So really not that bad. They've gotten really sophisticated. And if this works, we have internet here? speakers?
Should. I'm not guaranteeing anymore though.
We're gonna find out real quick.
I'm Danny Shutt. I'm just getting off work and I came over here to check out my mail, and I want you guys to come up and check my place out. Follow me. Come on in. Over here we have the little kitchen area. Here, I have, me personally, I like to keep a lot of food in the refrigerator, just in case when I get out work, just forever like a year or something like that. You have a full kitchen here. You can either cook something on the stove,
I don't know what a half kitchen is,
or
so
you
any
can
of y'all
go across the
know?
street to the chow hall.
Look at that.
Over here, you have the bathroom. Really, it's a nice setup that they have here. You have the full toilet and the actual full bath with the full shower.
Full toilet.
and all that.
I think you're talking about urinals, maybe? I don't know.
Just got to work a little dirty, so I'll see you guys in a little bit to show you around a little bit more. Alright, let's go through the rest of the building. I'll show you guys around. Laundry room, come check it out. This is a place where you no longer have to fight over who gets the dryer first. You have a number of washers and dryers and units in here at your disposal. And my room is right down the hallway, so you can see how long it didn't take me that long to get here. This is the mud room where a lot of guys, when they come out in the field and they have most of their gear, instead of taking them up in their room when it's all muddy and dirty, straight coming from out of the field, you just come in here, give it a quick wash. Pretty nice to have over here. It's really convenient. Come on, guys. Welcome to my room. I have over here, you have the bedroom area, the dogs here. Over here, the little DVD player, my television. So when I'm at work, when I get off work,
Hey, he was saving money.
here,
The soldiers now got
watching
70
movies,
inches in their
lay back in the
truck.
bed, shit, friends come over. And over here, I have my little DVD setup. I like the newest DVD things that come out, so I always like to sit over here and watch movies and relax. Here's my closet here. You actually have a full walk-in closet. It's not like the most small closets. You can actually walk in and you put a lot of stuff in here. It's pretty spacious. That's pretty much it. You guys have pretty much seen everything here. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Thank you for stopping by.
So you see, really not that bad. How many of y'all live in dorms here? Is it, well, like the first year you have to stay in a dorm? Is that the rule right here? It's not like dorms. I don't remember in a college dorm, so I couldn't actually tell you what they look like. But that's if you're a single soldier, okay? Once you become, if you make the rank of E6, or you get married, or you're an officer, you get that VA housing allowance, right? So you have two different options with the housing allowance. So this right here is on-base housing right here. So you're not gonna say it. You know, you two wanted to get a room together, y'all are chilling, $500 a month for each one of you. If you live in off-post housing like this, they don't give you that housing allowance. But they pay for your house, they pay for your electric, they pay for your water, they pay for all that stuff. Only you gotta do is mow the grass. Okay? When I was living in Alaska, I had a 3-story house. It was me and my wife only, no kids. It was like 4 bedrooms, got all these how many bathrooms, and a basement. So he said, really not that bad. Obviously around here we don't have those options. I know you've lived in off-post housing before? Once. I've done it once too. Once is enough for me. There's just a lot of rules. Like, come home on Wednesday, like, why didn't you mow your yard? So I'm going to mow tomorrow. Send a little naughty note to my boss, hey, you didn't mow your yard on Wednesday. So, I mean, obviously because it's on base, they want everything to look really, really nice, right? So, this is the dining facility right here. If you're a single soldier, you get this food. If you start living off base or all that stuff, you don't get a meal card anymore. But I would say I lived off base, and that hour and a half I wasn't running home to go eat breakfast. I go to the gym, shower, come over here, I pay $2.10 for breakfast. Really not that bad. Get some omelets and waffles. Take some granola bars, put them in your pocket for lunch. You're good to go. All right, so now we're going to kind of talk some of the things that are for soldiers, right? So that's kind of like an everyday life. The exchange, right? The PX is what we call it, right? This is basically Walmart for us. The good thing about this, Good thing about this, everything in here is tax-free. You don't pay taxes on anything, right? So you want to go buy a big fancy TV instead of paying that 8% over here and all that stuff, just drive over and get it for free. And they got clothes, shoes. They do Black Friday, they do everything. Like I said, it's basically a big Walmart. The commissary. I don't really call it a grocery store. We just don't call it a grocery store. They call it the commissary. All right, it's a grocery store. It's Kroger's, H-E-B. And the stuff's cheaper there as well, too. And you don't have to pay taxes. We also have what's called like gas stations. We call those shopettes. You got like liquor stores on post. It's called the Class 6. It's not called a liquor store. And the reason why is because when you used to be able to order alcohol through the Army supply system, it was a Class 6 item. So that's why it came with the wording Class 6.
I've always gotten pretty good prices at Christmas.
Yeah, it's stupid cheap. Then you get that special military special stuff. They like drive cars and stuff. Alright, so this was probably one of the coolest programs out there. The Service Members Civil Relief Act. How many of y'all got credit cards? Probably what, like 20%? Stupid amount of money like that? You join the Army today, it's going to 4%. If you have, how many of y'all got car notes? None of y'all got a car note? Oh, one? I'll always do that. Let's say you had over 4%, right? It's going to go to 4% now. So I had a credit card that was at 22% when I was 18 years old. I was 10 years in the Army. I didn't realize that this thing existed. Went to Army recruiting course and learned it. I called my bank and I said, hey man, like I'm in the Army, I'm supposed to be at 4%. And they said, oh no. I was like, what? So they had to go back for 10 years and find out how much the difference in interest was from 4% to 20%. And they sent me a check and said, my bad.
Is this with any, like,
Any branch.
servicer?
Yeah.
Like, but it's not like necessarily you have to be with USAA?
No,
Or
any
you
credit
have
card.
to be- Okay.
Any loan that you have. Right, SCRA does a lot of other things for us.
Is this only with the United States?
No.
Or is this like
This is everybody. So the pay, all right, so like I hate talking about the other branches, but I guess I'll go. No, all right, so pay is not going to change between any of the branches. What's the difference? Jobs. Most everything I've talked to you about is going to be the exact same across all branches. Right? No, so they're all the same, right? We got to just look at different jobs. Think about it. Air Force. What's their jobs probably going to be about? Airplanes and stuff. But the Army has more helicopters and airplanes than the Air Force does. Navy's going to be what? Boats, right? But the Army has more boats than the Navy, right? Then we start looking at like the Marine Corps and the Army, right? We're ground forces, right? But what is the Air Force? The Air Force flies us there. The Marines get on the boat with the Navy. That's how they get there. So they're our transportation people. Then we got the Coast Guard. I don't know anything about the Coast Guard. It's like, don't ask me about it. All right. So besides the credit card thing, rental agreements. Because I'm in the military, right? So I got to sign, leases for apartments and all that stuff. When I leave, I give them my orders and say, "Yo, I'm out of here." They got to let me go. They can't say, "Well, you're in contract." Automobile leases, the same thing. Like if I'm about to deploy, they got to let me out of my lease. They got to give the car back, obviously. Cell phones, I can turn my cell phones off on deployment, so they can't charge me. I get to keep my number. Mortgage rate, mortgage foreclosure, tons of these. This is probably one of the best programs out there for the military. MWR, Morale, Welfare, and Recreation. This is on post. You can go rent boats. You can go rent RVs. You can go rent baseball equipment. You can rent almost anything you want. You want to go rent a whitewater rafting tube with some. You two, you want to go whitewater rafting? There you go. Go get your canoe. We've got little lodges and stuff that you can stay at on base to get away from the weekend. And yeah, there is a charge to it, but I mean, you pay like $50 to rent a boat for the weekend. Has anybody ever tried to rent a boat on Conroe? I did. It was $400 for 6 hours. Stupid amount of money. Armed Forces Recreation Center. So we've got 4 lodges across the world that you can go to at a discounted rate to go there. Disney World. This picture right here is the, how do you say it?
Honeycomb?
Yeah, that one. He's been there, right? Allowance Germany Lodge, that's the one in the Swiss Alps. And then the Dragon's Den Lodge in Korea, I've never been there. I don't know anybody who's been there. But those are basically lodges. Look, she's like, my boyfriend's in the military. He's going to take me to one of these. I'll book my vacation. Like I said, discounted rates, right? We also get free SeaWorld like once or twice a year. I think Universal Studios we get to go to free for a year. Walt Disney, we don't go free. God, I wish. But really cheap discounted tickets for that. I think it's like $400 for a family to go a day. Per person, we get it for like $200. USO is a really fun thing as well. So they're almost at every airport, right? You've been to one?
Yeah.
They're really, really nice, right? They're past security. You've been to one too?
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody in the service in your family? Okay. So this was at one in Seattle. I got into Seattle like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was flying back from Alaska. Babies are crying, they're tired. Went off into a room. They got little cribs and stuff. You put them in the crib. You let them sleep. Like I'm sleeping in, those are all like lounging recliners. They got free food, free drinks, free books, free whatever you want. Take it and go. And like I said, you're past security, so you don't have to pay for it.
So do y'all ever like okay, so say for instance, this was I just like joined the army and like we're learning all of this. Y'all don't like feel bad like if someone doesn't like mention this at the airport and you're like, no, I'm supposed to be over here. Can I go over here? Like,
Oh no, when I go to the airport, I know there's a US out there. I'm finding it. If you go to George Bush, it's on the D terminal, right up next to the Admirals Club. Trust me, I know exactly where it's at. I can find them all. That's the first thing I do. I got a 2-hour layover. I'm gonna go get me a sandwich, probably gonna get me a Monster, give me some cookies and some crackers, take me a little nap, maybe play some Xbox, and we're going. And I'm gonna charge my phone while I'm there. Family services, all right? Discounted childcare on base. I know y'all have kids, but maybe one of y'all want to join the Army one day and have some kids, right? Discounted childcare. Your spouses get preference for jobs on base. So if you were trying to get a job and you weren't a spouse or anything like that, and my wife's going to get the job, she's going to get it before you. You can be 100% qualified for it. Maybe even better qualified. Wife got the little tan card that says, I'm going to get it. So I mean, like, you're like, no, I ain't getting no jobs on base. I'm like, well, bro, you're just a dude. Like, you're just a guy coming off the street. We're not going to help you out with this.
So working in a position like that, you're not necessarily in the Army?
No.
Okay.
Not in
You're
the
still
Army.
a civilian.
So yeah, you're still a civilian. She worked at the PX, she worked at the commissary. You will go. My ex-wife was worked at the daycares. My current wife actually worked at the travel office. So here's some of the other programs. Army Emergency Relief Fund. Really like this program. So like I said, when my mom passed away, right, I didn't use it on this one, but let's say I didn't have the money to fly home. I go to AER, said, hey man, look, my mom passed away, I need to get back. I was in Georgia. I need to get back to Houston. They will call the airlines, they will pay for a ticket, and they will send me home. And they will give it to me at interest-free over 12 months. And they'll get their money back.
Sometimes you don't have to pay.
Sometimes you don't have to pay them back. But think about it, right? If it was a family of 4 and you lived in Germany trying to get to Texas, like, yo, that's expensive. Huh? Yeah, good luck. Army Community Services just it helps everybody kind of know everything about what's going on in the community. Because the Army base is really, that's what it is, like it's a little own community. Better opportunity for single soldiers. Anybody here watch the X Games? I mean, y'all like the most boring people in the world. I got one dude. All right. No kids, no X Games. The Winter X Games in Colorado, right? Huh? I had some single soldiers that wanted to go, right? They were out of Kansas. They paid $200, went to the X Games for 4 days. They just had to pay to get there. They put them in hotel, food, everything like that. I was in Alaska, salmon fishing trips. But for the single soldiers, they take them out and do stuff, right? Meet other single people and hang out. Child development centers, like I said, daycare, exceptional family member program, okay? Let's say your son has got, or your son or daughter has a rare disease, right? That Only a couple places in the world really handle it. They'll make sure that you stay in a region that can take care of your family. Right? Let's say you like autism. I mean, autism is one of those things they can pretty much take care of anywhere. Cancer. We've got guys here in Houston recruiting the time. They're not recruiters. Actually, Chief John, the guy I know really well, his wife had brain cancer. They moved him to Houston, so she'd be in MD Anderson. Right? And the other thing, we're recruiting stations everywhere. So make sure you're taking care of and getting those places to get the stuff taken care of. Leisure and travel. Just about anything you want to do in the world, you want to get it discounted for attractions and stuff like that, that's what leisure travel's for. Cruises, Disney, concerts, baseball tickets, whatever you want, discounted rates. Legal services, wills, power of attorneys. I don't know what they cost, but I know they cost money, so it makes me mad. So I don't want to pay it. Yeah, notaries, any of that stuff. Legal services will take care of that stuff for you for free. Relocation services is probably one of my favorite things in the entire world. How many of y'all move houses? Sucks, doesn't it? Like, you gotta box all that stuff up. Yo, when I leave next year, I will literally sit on the couch until they take the couch. They come in, they pack everything up in a box, and like bathroom, kitchen. They put it in a truck, they take it to the next place. I drive there, they get there, they're like, kitchen, okay, put it over there. Kids' bedroom, put it over there. Unpack it, it's done. If they break anything, they pay for it. Moving with not having to do anything is awesome.
Open the break.
Yeah, you're like, please bring something I can do bed.
I need a new TV.
Yeah, I need a new TV. They got that new OLED. Mine's just a plasma. But no, it's a really nice way to move there. Like I said, I hate moving. Box everything up, make sure your plates don't break. Space age travel. That's flying on military airplanes. We can fly to Ellington Airfield, which is down south. And let's say they're flying to Hawaii tomorrow. Him and I can go down there, if they let us, get off work, pay $25, get a flight to Hawaii. And that's like once you retire, I think you get that benefit as well. And there are some retired people that will just fly to whatever. Oh, you're going to Korea tomorrow? Cool, I'll go there. Hang out there for a day. And like, where are you going tomorrow? And they're like, we're going to Japan. I'm like, all right, cool. And just take them all around the world. I plan on doing it for at least 30 days when I get out. And they're not that, I mean, they're not like Continental Airlines and United. Like, there's no lady with a little buggy trying to give you drinks and stuff like that. But it's $25. I mean, you pay for what you get, right? You get what you pay for. VA home loans. We were looking at it. There's numbers. I'm not going to give you a number. It's a lot of money to get a house. No money down. Do you want to speak on this because you've done it?
So, the VA loan. The way it works is basically, I don't know if y'all know, but to buy a house, you gotta put money down. It can be 5%, and you gotta pay insurance, or 20%, and then you don't have to pay insurance. But with the VA loan, it guarantees the bank that they're gonna get their money back if I default on the loan. So because of that, I don't have to pay insurance on the loan, and I basically get the house for free. So you get a limited amount of money to buy the house. Like for me, I bought my first house when I was in Fort Hood, Texas, Killeen, right outside Killeen. So I bought a house. I had enough equity left on my loan. So when I moved here, I was like, hey, can I use this equity? And they were like, yeah, you still got it. So I have two houses. I have one in Killeen and I have one in
And he ain't paid $1 for him. The Army's been paying his BAH for him the whole time. So he's got two houses and ain't put $1 of his own money into it.
Yeah. So that's the pretty cool thing about it. BAH is basically paying for my rent, and then the one over there.
Well, he's renting the other one out. Somebody else's BAH
so
paying for that one too.
For that rent, so pretty cool. I like it.
Pretty cool thing you can do. Career planning, life after the Army. I know we're running out of time. Y'all gotta leave. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was gonna take as long. We're having some fun. Blended retirement system. This is the new retirement system, right? This is an awesome way to make millions of dollars. So right now, what they're gonna do is after 20 years of service, they're gonna pay me basically 50% of my pay the rest of my life. When I turn 37, I'm probably gonna get paid around $3,000 for the rest of my life, right? $3,000 a month. This new one, they're gonna break it down. It's gonna be about 40%. But here's the thing, any of y'all invest in here, Okay, so you kind of know what investment is. So the Army's automatically going to put, this is DOD wide, I'm going to say Army everything, okay? They're going to automatically put 1% of your paycheck into a IRA for you. But if you put 5%, they'll match you 5%. So think about it, right? You're putting 5% of your paycheck in every single month for 20 years. You have that stockpile of money, but then you're going to make 40% of what your highest paycheck was for the rest of your life as well. So as I saw the math, I was like, man, why didn't they have this when I joined? Because I mean, it was like millions of dollars. Like I think one of our guys in our office, even if you start right now, is like $1.6 million in the investment fund form. I know you're about to join. Bonus. And you get a bunch of bonus money with it too. It's at 13 years, 12 years, you say, yeah, I'll do it some more. They do some math, you do like 30 grand. Right? It's insane how much money you'll make with this.
2.5% every year after the plan.
Yeah, and an additional 2.5%. So I do 21 years, I'll get 52.5%. So every year after you do after 20, I'll get an additional 2.5%. Soldier for life. So this is the career planning as well, right? So when you get out of the Army, whether you do 4 years in the Army, 3 years in the Army, or 20 years in the Army, everybody has to do the Soldier Life Transition Program. They'll help you build resumes. They'll take you to job career fairs. There's somebody there that helps you get through everything to get to where you want to go to, right? So let's say you got out of the Army, right? You're like, I want to be a welder. They'll get you your welding certificates in this program. It's 6 months worth of time when you're getting out. So your last 6 months of the Army, you're just doing this stuff. Getting certificates to make yourself more competitive, marketable, those things. Like I said, this is a really cool program. Because everybody thinks, oh, thank you for joining the Army, you're out, see you later. No, they actually take care of you now. PACE program. PACE program is something, if you enlist, so you come to office, you enlist, right? You're like, I want to be a cop, because you're probably coming here to go to criminal justice, aren't you? No?
No.
Okay, like you're like the first SAM student I've met that's not going to. Everyone that walks in my office is like, oh, I'm going for criminal justice. So you come in and you're like, hey man, I really just want to be a cop. When I get out of the Army, I'm kind of tired of school right now, right? So you join the Army, I get you a guaranteed job interview with them when you get out. It's in contract. You can pick jobs all over Google, Facebook, any of those people. If they're offering it to you, when you get out, you have a guaranteed interview. Remember that, interview, guaranteed interview. You still got to get the job. Like, I can't help you in that. But at least you get the opportunity to go have an interview, right? But they'll see things like you're a veteran and things like that. Because you're in, you should have went and got some college, make yourself more marketable, all that. Yeah, if you want to work for Google, they can get you there. Troops, teachers. Anybody want to be a teacher in here? Okay. So this is one of the things where they'll assist you in getting those certifications and all that stuff because we've been training, right? We're non-commissioned officers, right? Me and him. So we teach, train, mentor, right? So we've been teaching people all the time. So they understand we can teach them. And like I said, it helps you a lot with getting into those doors to be a teacher, right? And then if you're an ROTC teacher, you get to make extra money. You just got to shave every day again. After 20 years, I'm not shaving for a while. Small business loans. So he's actually opening up his own business soon. I've opened up my own business here in Huntsville. And you can get up to $350,000 to get a small business loan. It's not through VA, but it's more of that veteran stuff. Send up your resume, all that. So there's options out there to own your own business. So what's next? What do you do next if you wanted to hear? Is anybody actually halfway interested in maybe talking to a recruiter? Top 3, yeah. It's typical turnouts, right? I'm not mad at you. Like, how many of y'all came here for the free pizza? Look, he's like, I'm here for the free pizza. He's like, let's raise their hand. All right, so what's next, right? Do you qualify? Are you a citizen, green card holder, 17 to 34 years old, good physical condition? You got a halfway decent moral background. Like, you haven't been convicted of murder. You don't have any felonies. You graduated high school, have a GED, or at least 15 college credits. Now, 15 college credit things, because like some of these, there's those really crazy high schools that you pay for to get a diploma. We don't like those. So if you have one of those crazy schools, then you would have to have 15 college credits because then SAM says you're actually worthy of a real diploma. These are the career fields: construction, engineering, administrative support. I'm not gonna read all. There's a ton. Anything that you're probably going to school for, I can find it a job for you. Full-time positions, over 150 jobs, up to $40,000 enlistment bonus, 58 U.S. bases, 18 overseas bases, student loan repayment, like I said, Army Reserve, part-time, limited jobs. So if you want to, we'll be here for about 5 minutes afterwards. But if you want to take that information down, you can call me, you can email me, even if you just want information about maybe what you can do. Look, I get it. Not everybody's going to join the Army. 1% is going to join the military. If you want information, we can give you information. If you just want to look at career planning and stuff like that, we can help you. If you look for productive members of society, if it's not in the military, that's fine. We can help you as well. Anybody have any questions?
What's your name?
Sergeant Bussart.
Huh?
There you go. I said, thank y'all for having me. I didn't think it was going to take that long, but I made it with 4 minutes to spare. Thank y'all.